Hi, my name is Nana Kennedy Kofi, but you can call me NKK. I'm currently based in Paris, but I am from Ghana. I am actually from two different tribes. I'm half Ewe and half Fanti. My father is from Cape Coast, which is in the central region of Ghana, and my mother is from Keta, which is in the Volta region of Ghana. Interestingly enough, because my name is Nana, a lot of people would assume that I identify more with the Fanti side. But because I grew up with my mother, I identify with Ewe culture and I identify as a Voltarian. So, yeah, that's me.
What do you think about when you think about Ghana?
When I think about Ghana, I think of vibrancy, I think of energy, but I also think of a sense of peace. Um, Ghana is a land where life feels a little laid back, and that cuts across everything. I feel like it's a place that you can really take in the moment. It happens to me quite often that like I will meet people who come to visit maybe for a week, and they end up extending their stay because there's just something so peaceful about the land. And as I said, like it cuts across everything. And it can be good in some situations, when you want to have like a fresh coconut by the side of the road. But like sometimes if you have a deadline at 5 p.m. on Friday, it can be a bit messy. So, yeah, I do think that Ghana has a really great sense of peace. It's a beautiful feeling. I think it's a very special place. So, yeah.
What makes Ghana stand out?
So I would say yes, it's that sense of peace. But also, I think Ghana is like a great creative hub. Like there's so much, Ghana's like bubbling with creativity. There's so many talented people there, and I feel like because of that laid back nature of the land, it draws creatives from all over the world. So you'll have like music camps with international artists who come, artists from all over the world who will come to Ghana and create. I don't know. I think it's also like a beautiful space for like Pan African reunions. We have 30 December, the year of return, and it attracts people from all over the world. Like I don't know, I've had like crazy experiences where like you'll meet like an Afro-Brazilian, an African American, a UK person, you're all in the same space. And there's something about the energy in Ghana. Like, yeah, it's infectious. I love it.
What is one tradition you grew up with?
I would say the tradition of hospitality. Ghanaians are very welcoming people. We're happy to take care of you. We're happy to share a meal with you. And the first thing you're supposed to do as a Ghanaian if somebody visits your home is to offer them water. Hospitality is baked into our nature. It's baked into the way that we speak to one another. There's like a joke that Ghanaians will always say please for like any sentence. So, yes, please, no, please. Like please, can you? I don't know. There's just so many ways that we're taught to welcome people. In my personal life, this was exemplified by my mother. She's someone who loves hosting people, who loves taking care of her friends, her family, her colleagues, and there's really an art to welcoming someone and making them feel at home in your home. And I think Ghanaians are very, very good at that. So hospitality is our tradition.
What's your favorite thing to do in Ghana?
Okay, so I have a few things. One of my top tier experiences is going to the beach. Going to the beach is special in Ghana. Honestly, like you will have a fresh coconut, you're with friends, you're playing Uno, there's music, there's food. And typically, maybe people might visit beaches in Accra, but the real magic is outside of Accra. We have beaches in Krokobite, we have beaches in my hometown of Keta, but I will give credit where credit is due. The most beautiful beach I've ever seen in my life is in a place called Busua. Busua is in the western region of Ghana, and literally I felt like I was in a postcard. I felt like I was walking in a dream almost. It was absolutely stunning. So yeah, I really enjoy the beaches there. Um, Also, another thing, I don't want to sound like a party girl, but on the right night, going out in Ghana is top tier. Like there's music, there's vibes, there's dancing, there's just positive energy. And yeah, I don't know. I think Ghana nightlife is actually really, really, it can be a positive space. It can be really, really fun. There's like this little saying, if you know the vibe, you know the inside. And really, like, if you're not vibing, like, you're not really in it, you know? So Ghana nightlife is really special. I think when everything feels good, it's a great time. Um, and then also finally, I think just like interacting with Ghanaians is fun. Like Ghanaians are very funny people. Even in the saddest or toughest situations, they will find a way to be silly, to bring joy, to make you laugh. So yeah, I think those are my favorite things about Ghana and being in Ghana.
What underrated region would you recommend?
I think that more people should visit the Volta region, specifically Keta. Keta is my mother's hometown. Um, and she grew up there as a child. It is right on the coast of Ghana. It's close to Togo as well. And when my mother talks about her childhood in Keta, it's just really wonderful memories. The thing about it is that when she was younger, the sea flooded her hometown, and so her home was destroyed. And over the years, she would always just talk about Keta and how wonderful it was. So at when she retired and returned to Ghana, she built a retirement home right on the beach in Keta. And every time we visit, like my heart is just it swells with peace. Like it's probably the most serene place I've ever experienced in my life. Like early in the morning, you'll watch the sunrise, and sometimes I'll have the thought like, wow, God is real and he's an artist, like cuz no two sunrises are the same. Like it's absolutely stunning. I'll try and take like a little picture on my phone. It doesn't do it justice. And because we're also located within like a local fishing community, in the mornings you'll hear the fishermen. They'll be singing their song, oh, hey, oh, hey, like so. It's absolutely stunning. Like it's a treasure, and I do think that more people should visit. It's just fresh air, fresh fish, fresh coconuts, fresh like yeah, it's stunning. So my mom has a little mission. She will invite her friends, whoever she can, to come and visit, just to see this side of Ghana. Me myself, I've brought a few friends there, and I really hope to encourage more people to visit the Volta region, um, sort of as a means to sort of kickstart tourism there. But also, the thing about Keta is that like we still face the danger of flooding and sea erosion, and by inviting more people to visit, hopefully we can make it more of a tourist attraction. And as a tourist attraction, it could bring economic value, and maybe like governments and institutional stakeholders would pay a bit more attention and help us put in place like the proper protections to preserve this beautiful region. So I'm very passionate about Keta. Like I invite you all to come. If you want to come to Keta and visit my beach house, hit me up. We can arrange something, please, because like it's something that you really have to experience. It's serene, it's beautiful, it's I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. But like I can show you, but I can't describe it properly. I'm not doing it justice. So come to the Volta region, come to Keta.
What is your favorite local food?
Okay. So I'm sure, like, if you're a Ghanaian watching this, you might expect me to say banku and ukru because I'm Ewe, and that's like one of our local delicacies. But for me, where it's at is kenkey. Kenkey is this fermented corn dough, and then you wrap it in corn leaves, and then you steam it. So typically, you will eat kinky with pepper. So like there's two types of pepper. We have like a red pepper. And my favorite type of the red pepper is like the type that makes you sweat when you eat it. Like it has to be hot. And then we also have shito. Shito is a Ghanaian pepper, but it's like black. It's very, very good as well. Sometimes you'll slice tomatoes and onions and you'll put them there as well. And then you'll have either grilled or fried fish. But with kenke, it's like you can really add a lot of stuff on. So sometimes people will add like corned beef, they'll add avocado, they'll add crab, they'll add all kinds of like assortments to it, eggs even. So kenkey is one of those things that I really really enjoy. It just reminds me of like growing up on a Saturday after we'd clean the house, all of us would come together and we'd eat kenkey. And so I really, really enjoy kenkey. Another thing that I have to mention is granite soup, also known as peanut butter soup. For me, it was just like a very comforting meal as a child. So, like, even here in Paris, when I want to, warm myself up in the cold winter nights, I'll make some granite soup and just eat that. So, yeah, I think those are my top two, kenkey and granite soup. So, yeah.
Name a Ghanaian creative that you would recommend.
I have a few, so please bear with me. The first person that I want to shout out is a woman called Rita Mawana Benison. Initially, I was drawn to her because she has an Instagram page called Si Hene, and it's basically like a visual archive of like royal Ghanaian traditions, culture, ceremonies. And then I found out she was an artist. And so she creates these really big, beautiful, like tapestries that depict like royal Ghanaian ceremonies. Like a lot of her work centers on the royal umbrella, and like anytime I've seen her pieces, I'm just so drawn to the color and the vividness of the portrayals, and then also how she showcases, Ghanaian royalty, Ghanaian traditions and ceremonies in a vivid and colorful way. Yeah, I had read that part of her work was to sort of like restore the gaze of Ghana or restore the portrayals of Ghana before colonial time. So it's it's really work that is stunning to see and really like I'm always drawn to it. So I would definitely recommend that you go and look at her work. Other people that I would like to highlight is someone I know in real life, and these people, the next two people, are people that I know in real life. I'd like to highlight someone called Andy Majite. He's a Ghanaian filmmaker. And the reason that I wanted to highlight him is because he did a project in collaboration with a really cool artist called Marince Omario. So, Marince Omario is a singer, and he made a song called Bonyo Party. And Bonyo Party refers to a party that you might throw for the deceased after a funeral. And Andy Majite made a short film for it, and it is absolutely stunning. Like it's like surreal. It feels like a dream, and it also really showcases like Ghanaian funeral culture. We have like there's a big movement around funerals. Funerals are really, really big business in Ghana. So like that was also interesting to see in their work. And on top of that, the song is a banger. So like it's all these things that come together to make a really beautiful piece of work. The song is called Bonyo Pati. The film is also called Bonyo Pati. You can find it on YouTube. There are just so many other things, so many other people as well. Like ADDJ is a great DJ in Ghana. There's Haven, who's an amazing rapper. Another girl, Annabelle Rose, she's like an alte Afro pop singer. But yeah, no, like Ghana is bubbling with creativity, and I think if you're able to tap into it, you will discover and see so many talented people. Like it's a great environment for creativity. So yeah.
What is your favorite Ghanaian expression?
So I think generally as Africans we have sounds that aren't really words, but they carry a lot of meaning. And in Ghana, my favorite one is A. And A can express so much by saying so little. Like you can express drama, shock, concern, disbelief. And it's like one of my favorite reactions to anything. So it'd be like, hey, 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 like there's just so many ways you can express so much with that little phrase. So it's my favorite Ghanaian expression, and anytime I hear it or anytime I use it, it just makes me chuckle. So hey. Yeah.
What is a cause relating to Ghana that you hold dear?
My cause, the thing that I think is very important to me is that We need to pay African creatives properly, and we need to value their role in society. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the hill that I am willing to die on. So, I don't know why, I don't know when, but the role of creatives in some African societies is looked down upon. And it's interesting to me because in the days of old, the griots and the creatives held the history of peoples in their mouths. They shaped moralities through their stories. They preserved culture and customs through their creativity. And somehow in the modern day, I do think that creatives and the role that they play in building the future and preserving culture has been looked down upon. In Ghana specifically, I do think that there is a lack of infrastructure or support for these kinds of people. And it's a shame that, especially in this day and age, like with the attention economy, um, where creativity is really something that can be used as a tool to attract and influence people, and also as a means of building soft power, that creatives aren't necessarily being given the support they need to do what they need to do in order to help the country move forward. Eventually, at some point, I still need to figure this out. I don't know how, but it would be like a big dream, a big ambition of mine to find a way to ensure that creatives are paid properly, that they're able to survive. Because I do think that the work that they do is important, even though it doesn't seem like it's being acknowledged in the right way. I think, especially in this moment, the world is open to hearing African voices, especially in the creative realm. And I think in Ghana, we're doing a disservice to our futures by not necessarily like um, supporting artists to be able to create in to the best of their ability. So I do think like every human being deserves to be able to like have a living wage, and I think creatives are people that tend to suffer in that regard. There's a lot of like do the work for exposure. No, please, like let's pay them. This is work, even though it seems to come out easily. So anyway, yes, it would be lovely to get money to creatives. That is my cause. That is my this is what I want to do. But yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm kind of passionate about.
How does it feel living away from home?
Living away from Ghana has been bittersweet, if I'm honest. For context, why I'm so like passionate about the whole creative thing is because I am a creative myself, and I began my professional career in Ghana. But how, as time sort of went on, it just became harder and harder for me to find a way to thrive there. Even though it's like a great environment, it's just there are certain things that you need to be able to build your future. So when I turned 30, I took stock of my life and I just made the decision to leave. But yeah, leaving Ghana was a bittersweet experience. Like there's so many things that I miss about Ghana. I really miss like the noise of life. I really miss the food, my friends, the sunshine, just the sunshine. I also really miss like the warmth of people. Um, so yeah, I will always carry Ghana in my heart. Um, but yeah, I miss it. That's all I have to say. I miss it, but I'm enjoying Paris, but I really do miss Ghana.
Here are some images from Nana.